Hello everyone, welcome to today's live session. So guys, there's this video of the Senate president that has been trending for some time now. I did not want to talk about this video because I didn't get enough information on it. But guess what? Even till today, people keep retreating that this is what is happening. I'm just going to quickly play this and then tell you why I decided to highlight this video, why we are to talk about it.
Make una see things dey happen. Senate President Akpabio is going through a lot. So many Nigerians don't show concern over the healthcare sector of Senate President Akpabio. They say they don't rush and go UK for medical emergency treatment. Because right now, Akpabio leg and in hand don't they dance kelewu. Make una pray for Akpabio because Akpabio is going through a lot right now. It don't finally set. Make una see things dey happen. Senate President Akpabio is going through a lot. So many Nigerians don't show concern over the healthcare sector of Senate President Akpabio. They say they don't rush and go UK for medical emergency treatment. Because right now, Akpabio leg and in hand don't they dance kelewu. Make una pray for Akpabio because Akpabio is going through a lot right now. It don't finally set. Make una.
So guys, that is a video trending. I'm just quickly going to share with you what how Daily Post talked about, the state of Akpabio's health. And many Nigerians have actually reacted to this video, which we are going to come back to see the reaction of people about what is happening, if that is actually the reality. But I think there is need for us to talk about this particular video. This is Daily Business Day newspaper website, and it says, I hope you can see, this is today's headline. It says, should Nigeria await another Akpabio team drama? This is the headline. And it went further to say, just when you thought the Natasha Akpabio saga was enough political drama to last the Senate a whole session, a new storyline may be creeping in. And it went further to say, from London hospital rumors to allegation of a luxury hotel blackmail plot, Senate President Godswill Akpabio's name is back in the headline, and Nigerians are wondering if this is politics or coincidence or the start of another blockbuster season. On Thursday, that's the last few days ago, Nigerians woke up to a breaking news alert on X by one of the influencers, Akpabio, hospitalized in London for emergency medical needs. You see, this is how Business Day talked about this without going into much detail. But so many people have come out to say that it is reality, but it shouldn't distract Nigerians. I'm equally going to take you back to that tweet so that you see some of the reactions coming from Nigerians, just for you to know that possibly something is cooking which Nigerians may not know about. So let's just quickly take a look at some of the reactions from coming from Nigerians. Like this person say, my dear friend, this is just distraction. Do not mind him. He's just playing on our intelligence. By tomorrow, he will ask for prayers to their mail boxes. This is what this guy said. Another person said, then they play with Ukene people. Their missiles are more potent than the Russia's Tsar bomber. He attacked the wrong person, possibly trying to say, oh, Ukene people, that's Natasha. He's playing with the Ukene people. You know what that means when a Nigerian tells you that you are playing with this kind of people. Now, this person say, if you cannot hold an umbrella yourself and you are using a walking, I think that should be like a walking stick. Yeah, a walking stick. You have no business in public office. That's what this guy is saying. This is people's life we are all talking about. Every country is as fit as its leaders. Stop toying with people's lives. So this guy is trying to say that if Akpabio is not able to hold umbrella, that he's not supposed to be holding such a sensitive position that he holds, because every country is as fit as its leaders. When you have sicky leaders, your country will end up being sicky. That's what this guy said. This person said that cost man, he used his, no, let's not go into all this. You see the language here, which I'm not going to be reading that. Let me take the other section of history. So when Nigerians were suffering harsh conditions caused by his government. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to zoom this so that you can see it from there. Uh, okay, when Nigerians were suffering harsh conditions caused by his government, I can't forget him saying Nigerians should protest while he and his colleague will be eating. Let the judgment of God fall upon him and all those who hate Nigeria with passion. And he ended up calling him a thief. So, if this is actually what is happening to the Senate president, is going to be very, very unfortunate, because recently a senator died, and his demise raised a lot of reactions, because we were told that he was not able to pay the hospital bill that was charged in dollars. That was how he ended up dying. But the question everybody should be asking is, why is it difficult to set up a good hospital in Nigeria? Why is it that our politicians have decided not to? Can you imagine? This is even where I'm really pained. Assuming Akpabio is going through health crisis, like you can tell that video, if that is actually what happened, then he's in a very bad state, and he has not been spotted recently. So possibly that might be real. But if that is actually what is happening to him, it's really so sad that 3 years, going into 3 years of the Tinubu's government, there's no plan on site to set up a hospital that will be catering for their needs. I mean, these are politicians, because like the rumor goes that he is in the United Kingdom for treatment. So if this is a reality, you just keep asking why, after Buhari spent 8 years without setting up a hospital, we are still having Tinubu's government going into third year, in government, without them saying, okay, this is how the health sector is going to be improved, you know. Now, this person said, let me continue with this reaction. A man that will punish a fellow citizen for no reason. You can't buy health with money. So, with all these reactions, I've not seen anybody coming here to say this news is fake, because most times when people post things that are not real, you see other people who try to correct them that no, this news is an old news, or this news is not real, or and all that. But you hardly see anybody who tries to say that this is wrong. And I think that raises more question. And here it says, if he's sick, I hope he doesn't jet off to an overseas overseas hospital. It should be treated in Nigeria. This person say life will always win. Another person here say, pray for who? Justice for Natasha, I beg. This person say, let's see the edit. Hey, story time. Someone that will soon return to send prayers to his colleagues. And this person said this guy is a. So you can see that if that is the case, anyway, we wish him all the best. We can't be praying for somebody to buy. It's only God who knows how to reward people. If they've treated Nigerians fairly, God knows how to reward them for whatever they've done, giving them this opportunity to occupy the position they are occupying. So if they use it well, it's for themselves and for their family to benefit from it. But if they are using their positions to maltreat Nigerians, only God knows how He's going to reward them. Now, this is the senator. It says Nigerian senator. This is yesterday's headline. You can tell from here, this is the date up here, 10th of August. That was yesterday. It says Nigerian Senator Ibrahim Musa Kontagora buys in Abuja hospital, denies critical surgery over $15,000 bill. So he was being told that there is this urgent surgery that he has to undergo. and it's going to cost him $15,000. But he refused, possibly because of the bill. The money is huge, and it was not long. He just died. You see, I don't think this man was saying he doesn't have that amount of money, but that is it. Sometimes these are politicians. The things they neglect will just befall them because, see, they don't give us good roads, no good water, hospital, no good hospitals. We don't have school. Look at our schools. Have you gone to the universities? I told you guys recently, Ghanaians were making a mockery of Nigerian university hostels because they were looking so dirty, and so old, while Ghanaians have very good hostels. They've really renovated their government-owned hostels, and they were really looking fine. They were like making jest of Nigeria. Is it because Ghana is more wealthy than Nigeria? No, but because we have leaders who do not care about what it means to impact on the lives of their citizens. That's just the problem we have. So you can see how these people are just being rewarded for neglecting Nigerian people, and see how they are just ending up. How this man now just lost his life because of $15,000, according to this headline, that he denied undergoing that surgery because of the bill, $15,000. And then you've seen that of Akpabio, assuming Akpabio is actually in the UK or anywhere, because of health reasons. It will be so unfortunate. We also saw what happened to Buhari when Buhari died. Many people now had to start dragging Buhari that, see, you didn't build hospital, you didn't do this. Upon all the money they received during Buhari's tenure, or his two tenures, he had the Paris Club return or something like that. The money that was returned to Nigeria. We had Abacha loots that came in on several notes. We had borrowings that Buhari borrowed and all that, but they did not even take just 1/10 of all those funds to say, okay, let's set up just one good hospital that can cater for them. And somebody came out saying the reason why Nigerian politicians don't like to go to hospitals in Nigeria, or allow their medical needs to be attended to in Nigeria here, is because of privacy of their data. That if a politician goes to a hospital, before the next day you will see his result on the social media. Then tell me, who is to make the law? Who is to make the law? The same Akpabio-led Senate. They are the ones to make laws. They are the ones to bring the proposal. Let's build hospitals across Nigeria. Okay, this money that is going to be borrowed, let's use it. Recently now, you saw that the government went to borrow money from Kuwait. The Tinubu's government borrowing money from Kuwait. Before you know it, they will borrow from Iraq. Before you know it, they will borrow from Iran. They will borrow from Sudan. They will borrow from all kinds of places. Possibly China is no more loaning them. IMF will say, oh, we've done enough. World Bank will say, we've given you people so much. For the Tinubu's government to go to Kuwait to go borrow money to give to Kaduna State government, to use it in managing the out-of-school children. So you just find out that these people, they just lack. Tell me, solving that of Kaduna and leaving that of Kanu, how is it going to help Nigeria? You want the out-of-school children, and there are no clear strategy on ground on how they are going to be managing this money. You know that recently a senator questioned that the loan that they approved, they were not giving enough detail on how that loan is going to be used. So, in a lot of questions around what these senators and what they are doing, what they are up to, or what they are doing on the floor of the Senate. It's really so sad that this man's life ended like this because of money. And if what we are hearing about Akpabio is also the fact, then it's really, really sad that, this country is turning into something. And still, God is giving them all these signs, but for them, it doesn't matter. They don't care about all what is happening. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take you back to the Twitter space just to share with you other headlines that I've been making wave on the social media. I just wanted to highlight that of Akpabio's health, like it's being shared on the social media today, that he's not feeling well. And like I've said, we are not going to wish him ill. We pray he recovers. But I believe that whatever experience or whatever experiences they are going through or they've gone through or they've experienced, let it serve as a lesson for them to know that they are occupying that position for something, you know. Now, before we move into this Twitter space, Amaechi, the former governor of Rivers State, had a Twitter discussion or chat session with his followers. And he went ahead to see some things that have raised some dust, on the social media. He said he actually applauded Peter Obi for the impact Peter Obi has brought to the politics, just few years coming to vie for the position of the president. He has really brought in a lot of good things, in the politics. He also said that results were rewritten in in River State, that he is not going to allow that happen. So you can see, like El-Rufai came out recently to say that uh, according to the news, you must have seen that video on my channel where it is being said that El-Rufai is saying that Peter Obi actually won the last election, but the mago that happened, the glitch that happened was why another person was declared. And people are asking, why are they coming out now? Why didn't they come out to testify, especially while Peter Obi was still going to court? But it's their party. As at then, it's their party. They have to defend their party. They cannot come to start defending Peter Obi. So let's bygone be bygone, because we can't even go to start bringing back those all what happened during the 2023 presidential election. But I just pray that it serves as a lesson to every Nigerian who is hoping to see the birth of a new Nigeria. Peter for Nigeria has been shouting about electoral reform, but we don't see more voices, joining him. He's like the lonely voice in the wilderness. He's the only one shouting it day and night. I think it is time for people to really join him in that campaign, because that's the most important thing. If not, another glitch is going to happen. He has even said, Peter for Nigeria said, if Tinubu removes, okay, Mahmoud, his tenure will soon end. If Mahmoud goes, somebody more, that's as in, you can't even compare him with Mahmoud. Is going to be a saint to the person that is going to come in. That's how Peter for Nigeria is saying it. So when Nigerians relax as if there is no cause for alarm, that is even more worrisome for him. He wants Nigerians to take note that whatever campaign or whatever we are saying on the social media is not even the most important thing for us to be saying now. Instead, Nigerians should lend their voices in calling out the National Assembly, still this Akpabio-led government in the National Assembly, for them to make sure that this reform takes place.
Prepare and plan for 2027, Nigerians. Place focus where focus they needed, INEC chairman, professor of glitches, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, the chairman of INEC and the gang of electoral bandits in INEC, stop the mischief. Stop being intelligent by half. INEC chairman, Professor Yakubu, you make your statement recently to the controller of correctional center, where you talk, say, INEC want to implement the court order, where talk, say, make prisoners where they for prison inmates, they should vote by 2027. Professor Mahmoud, nobody is saying that anybody that deserves to vote should not vote, but Professor Mahmoud and INEC band of electoral bandits, stop taking Nigerians for stupid people. The problem with Nigeria electoral process is not people to vote. It is the integrity of the electoral process that the vote of people should count. Professor Mahmoud, if prisoners fit vote, then people for diaspora too fit vote. Professor Mahmoud, according to INEC 2023, your own data, registered voters for Nigeria was 91 million people, about 91 million. Total number of collected PVC was about 89 million PVCs. Total number of voters for 2023 was less than 30 million, about 27 million. Professor Mahmoud, waiting happen where 50 million people collect PVC but refuse to come out to vote. The answer is simple. Nigerians do not trust and believe in that criminal process you people call elections. Take Rivers State for case study. Out of your own total number of voters for Rivers State, about 3.5 million people register. According to INEC, 3.2 million people collect PVC for Rivers State. Election day, according to Una, with all the wahala wuru wey happen, they say Obi get 150-something thousand votes, APC get 130-something thousand votes. Person wey win Rivers State won with less than 200,000 votes. Meanwhile, the same Rivers State 2015, 8 years ago, Jonathan won Rivers State with 1.4 million votes. INEC, stop this criminality. INEC, you are taking Nigerians for fools because unfortunately, Nigerians have decided to be paying attention to things that are not important to our collective lives and destinies. INEC has remained a weapon formed against Nigeria. And if we do not come together and ensure, say by 2027, this weapon must stop to prosper, you must stop this mischief, INEC. The simple question that everybody they ask now, what caused the glitch? Why is it that we should not have further glitches moving forward? Why are you not talking about compulsory electronic transmission of results between you and the National Assembly? INEC, una they whine on yourself. You are deceiving. You can deceive every Nigerian, but me, I will not be in that WhatsApp group. INEC, stop this criminality and mischief. So that tomorrow they go here, say from one prison, this party don't get 1,000 votes from this prison. INEC, we want the votes to count, not just the number of people to vote. They want the people where they outside where vote. How were you able to protect the integrity of the system before you begin to bring external voters and every other person? INEC, if you enter prison, not be prison, you go end though. From there, you will also go to hospital. Everybody where they on admission, they also have rights. They go open polling units, including for ICU and for theater. Make their family member hold their hand on print, since all of us want mad for Nigeria. From there too, you will enter mortuary because they never bury them. They still get right. Anybody where there is hope that he go still rise up of the dead. They go vote. Then you go also go cemetery. You go raise the dead. Since una they find votes to pad and announce winner, INEC, me I no go leave Nigeria for this case. So me I no go run leave Nigeria because of anybody. On this country mandate night, me I stand, and Nigeria must work in our lifetime. 2027, we must have credible elections. Nigeria must choose their leaders. INEC, professor of glitches and your gang of electoral bandits, stop the mischief. Nigerians, the power where una they talk say we go use protect vote 2027. We better bring them now, use them, ensure say make the system count now. If not, why are we postponing our fight? Why are we being a lazy people? Focus on INEC. Focus on INEC. I don't they talk, oh, I don't they talk. My name is Peter for Nigeria. God.
So, guys, this is really a passionate plea. Let me call it a plea that Nigerians should focus on the right thing. Everything this guy is saying make a lot of sense. Our energy is being directed to the wrong things because, see, INEC has made up his mind not to look into the glitch that they said, the supposed glitch, the claim that happened. They don't want to look into that glitch. They don't want to know what caused it. They don't want to tell Nigerians how they will prevent such glitch from reoccurring. Now they are telling us that they want prisoners to be given opportunity to vote. The normal Nigerians that are outside of prison have not come out to vote. You see the number of people that couldn't come out to vote, even in the recently conducted local government election that was carried out in Lagos about 3 weeks ago. 6% voters turnout. Nigerians, this is bad. 6%. Because they will use threat, they will threaten people. Nobody wants to come out. Nobody wants to come out, like in Lagos, because of what happened in the last election. This time, do you know what? 6% out of 100%, 6% came out, and they claim they are mostly APC. We heard that in some of the voting places, it was like there was party going on, APC. They brought in drinks, music. If you are not an APC member, you are not allowed in. So you can't go there to vote. You can imagine what is being expected in 2027. Is going to be hot, Nigerians, if we don't speak up for the right things to be done and, call the attention of international communities and also pressurize INEC to do the right thing. I don't think 2027 is going to be different from what we had in the last election. And this guy is saying it now. Okay, Amaechi came in on Twitter Space, he had also confirmed that election in Rivers was rewritten. It was rewritten against Peter Obi, that Peter Obi actually won in Rivers State. Now he is saying it. He didn't say it before now. Now he is saying it. How are we sure it is not going to replicate itself again? I mean, such a situation is not going to reoccur in Rivers State. How are we sure with the kind of things we are seeing today? How are we sure? Of Rivers State had a chat session with some of his supporters on the Twitter Space, and he said so many things that have raised a lot of dust. One of the things he said, number one, he praised Peter Obi for the impact he has brought on the political arena in Nigeria. Also, he said Peter Obi was rigged out in 2023, that in Rivers State, Peter Obi actually won, but results were rewritten. He went ahead to say that he is sure that he's going to claim the ticket of the ADC, and if he wins the presidential ticket of the ADC, and if anybody comes out to insult him, that he's going to hire 1,000 idle Nigerians and give them gadgets to come to the social media and insult anybody that dares, talk down on him. That has raised a lot of dust. He has also said he's going to end corruption in 1 month. And Nigerians are wondering, so he actually knows the address of the corrupt people in Nigeria, that he would take such, a decisive step to end corruption in 1 month. A lot of reactions, He has also talked about how he's healthy and he's also young and all that. There are a lot of things that is going to change the constitution. Let it be about citizenship and not about tribe. A whole lot that he said. I'm just going to allow you to take a look at how,
out and beat his chest and say, if I talk that, they say, of those who constitute the cabinet will be elders. Out of that 50%, 25% will be females. The other 50% will be youths, young men and women. Out of that, to take another result sheet and write a new one. His personality and the years that he has been saying, I have
1 month as president or resign. Let's take a listen to Rotimi Amaechi, former Minister of Transportation and also former Rivers State Governor, speaking on these developments.
First and foremost is that there is no election in Nigeria after Jega. The worst, what do you call him? National Commissioner for, what do you call it? The INEC chairman. The worst is the current chairman of INEC, Mahmoud. Is the worst. Now let's go to the elections. The one that put Wike in power, you can ask any Rivers man. Wike sat in INEC office in Port Harcourt. If you brought any result that was not favorable, they would say they would tell you to take another result sheet and write a new one. I'm not saying anywhere else, inside INEC. And why? The president said to people that I caused his defeat, and therefore he would not allow me to win Rivers State. What did he do? He removed the DIG that was posted to Rivers State. He removed the INEC Electoral Commissioner that was posted to Rivers State and brought his own persons. When he asked this question, it's very funny. You should talk about human beings. Please go to Rivers State. You heard me say to my last interview that I challenge the current minister that let's take a walk from airport to town. First, it will expose my health if I'm not healthy. Second, it will expose who is popular. But I don't want to go far on this matter because it involves quite a lot of things that I don't want to say in public. I'll keep it to my chest and I wish everybody luck. Do I want to be a vice president? I will not want to be a vice president because I'm not running for vice president. I'm running for the presidency of the country. And I believe I will win the primary. So don't ask me whether I will be vice president or not because I believe I will win. Ask me how. Look at the candidates and look at me now. When it comes to age, I'm 60. I'll be 62 in 2027. So let every other person, maybe other candidates will emerge before them in terms of age. And I have said I will publish my medical records before the election so that you can see. And I challenge everybody to publish their medical records. I am fully prepared to be the president of Nigeria, and that is what I'm running for. Thank you very much. It shouldn't be about sharing position. It should be about what knowledge do we possess that is different from Tinubu's currently. You can be rest assured that if I'm a president, Nigerians know that I'm not tribalistic. I'm absolutely not tribalistic. That's why I think I'm not a Rivers man. I'm a Nigerian. And if I become a president, that's the first thing I will do. I'll change the constitution from indigenship to citizenship. So that wherever you are, you're a citizen of that place. You don't have to be an indigenous of Ukraine or indigenous of Rivers State. I have also said to my friends that if I become the president of Nigeria, 50% of those who constitute the cabinet will be elders. Out of that 50%, 25% will be females. The other 50% will be youths, young men and women. Out of that 50% of young men and women, 25% will be women, 25% will be men. Let's see how they will function. Because we've heard a lot about the youth, and we have seen young governors who came, and we have seen their performance. So we will challenge the youths. And those who know me know that I'm not like other politicians. I hire and I fire. I have no time for sentiment. So I was saying I won't bring back subsidy. That's impossible because the situation is bad in terms of the economy of Nigeria. But I've also said that the reason why the subsidy removal is not successful is that the money is going to private pockets. So I will eliminate corruption. Trust me. The first 1 month of my being in office, corruption will disappear. If it doesn't disappear, I will put out my resignation letter and I will leave. I'm not joking. Now, the problem of the current government is that the benefits of subsidy is shared between 3 or 4 persons at the federal level, and then the governors. And the governors are holding beach parties, dancing and having fun with young girls and all that. It will not happen with me. I will supervise government. Honestly, I will supervise government. So I will not bring back subsidy, but I will make sure that the outcome of the removal of subsidy is put back in the hands and pockets of Nigerians. If that happens, it will reduce poverty. They will have capacity to be able to purchase. The reason why nobody is talking to Nigerians, Nigerians don't have purchasing capacity.
Joining me,
like any other person, has any right to come out and express his intention to run as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But if you want to use the premise of his previous administration of Muhammadu Buhari while he was a minister and how Nigerians groaned insecurity, we remember what happened when he was Minister of Transportation. Can you remember the Kanu Abuja rail line that where they were abducted and certain persons
the
were
Abuja
killed and shut down?
Kanu Railway. Yes,
Exactly,
you remember we had a
exactly.
conversation
So,
recently where that train it was not fixed and it was put back on the railway. There are bullet holes in that train, and Nigerians are riding in that train just like that.
So what I'm trying to say, Chairman, is the fact that your antecedents will speak for you. So let's speak about the coalition. Let's speak about what is going on with the APC. I remember yesterday on the show in the evening, I don't know if you remember Joe from Bariga. Joe from Bariga said Nigerians were clamoring for a coalition. Now we have a coalition. But Chairman, there is a fundamental problem with this coalition, and it's quite debilitating, actually. It's frustrating for a couple of people who were very hopeful about this coalition. So this coalition wanted to possibly replicate what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu did in 2014, 2015. But they forgot something. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was very strategic by understanding that he needed to sacrifice his intention on calculating the events, the previous elections from 2007 up until 2007. I think Muhammadu Buhari went for it like 3 different times and kept getting the same results. So Tinubu decided to play the smart one. The coalition is making a mistake. By now, they're supposed to have somebody that they intend to run as their presidential flag bearer and their VP. I know it's not yet time for the campaign. So, but the thing is, you have solidified your house, you have your candidate, you have your vice. So you're now mobilizing, creating awareness, gingering the grassroots across the 36 states of the Federation, creating words, putting in word chairman. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So that by 2026, you have become formidable. You become so strong. And what I'm talking about is your supporters are fighting, whether it's the propagandists, whether it's those who want to come with false information, because you guys are a unit right now. Anything the APC is coming with, you're throwing them back. So there are different supporters. Rotimi has come now, and there's some people who say, okay, I'm going for Rotimi. Peter Obi has put his interest. Some people say, I'm going for Peter Obi. Atiku has not spoken, but there is this unsaid feeling that Atiku intends to run. So a house divided cannot stand. So right now, the essence of the coalition is what we do not know. That's the truth. They don't seem united. All of them in that coalition don't seem to be together. And it's a problem. It's a problem for their supporters. It's a problem for their followers. Some people are saying it's a strategy to distract and confuse the APC. It's not seeming so anymore. I think they're playing into the hands of the APC. They're giving an opportunity for the PDP to look for another loophole, which is former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. We heard yesterday what maybe Kachiku said. We don't know how true what he said is, but what is playing out now in the APC and what Rotimi Amaechi came out to say today, it may be likely that what maybe is saying is not actually wrong. Now, he said he's running a primary. No problem. They're doing an open primary. And he's challenging Peter Obi that if you say you're popular, according to him, he said, who says Peter Obi is popular? What is your poll? What's your consensus? So if you say you're popular, then fine. Come and win the primary. Whoever wins the primaries, everybody will back up the person.
So, guys, back to our discussion. You've heard everything that Amaechi said in that video, and he's now throwing an open challenge that if Peter Obi says he's popular, he should come for the primaries, that anybody that wins is going to be allowed to, pick up the ticket of the party. So guys, a whole lot is happening in the political space. Honest, a whole lot of drama. You must have also heard that Jonathan is being persuaded to come and also run in 2027. Some northerners
Look
want him
at your
to run
screen very well.
because he claimed
You will
that
see
they are not sure if Peter Obi is given one term, if he's going to leave power after one time. You know, Peter Obi has already told them that he's a very plain person who likes to stick to his words, that he's not going to surpass that one tenure. But like we are hearing that some northerners are the ones persuading Jonathan. Many people have discouraged Jonathan not even to come out because he's going to like rubbish the little respect that is still left of him, you know. But you know, Nigerian politicians, I don't know what they see in power, that nobody wants to leave power. And the worst part is you hardly see a Nigerian politician that leaves power to go back to his private life, like going back into business. Everybody that leaves power wants to come back again for political gain, not even because they did marvelously well when they were there. Now, Peter Obi is not a match for Rotimi Amaechi. If you go to Twitter, go and check the reactions of Nigeria. Many people have been calling him out for corruption allegation, that he had problem with, you know, there was so much money that were embezzled while he was governor, and even he was part of the Buhari's tenure. Even Rotimi Amaechi said during Buhari that there were a lot of looting, and he is part of the Buhari's team. He confessed to a lot of relooting of the looted funds, and you can see what is happening now. He's saying that he's going to end corruption in 1 month, that if he doesn't end it, he's going to tender his resignation letter. That means as he's coming in the first 1 month, if he doesn't end corruption, he will leave power, he will leave office. We know that the same thing Tinubu told Nigerians, that if I don't give you electricity in my first term, then if I come for the second term re-election, don't vote for me. And that one is hooking them now. They don't even know how to, like, you know, dodge the bullets that is coming. Nigerians have been asking questions. I saw one of them on Channels Television, and Sheon was asking him, should people say, if you don't provide electricity, no second term? So on what basis are you going to persuade Nigerians now to vote for your party? They were just going around and telling you that electricity is not something you can just do, and all that. They didn't do their calculations before making such promises. So guys, let me quickly play this video of this northerner who is really applauding Peter Obi. Peter Obi is the only person that has come out to tell them that, see, I'm very clean. Do your investigation about me. If there is anything, yeah, make it open. Peter Obi has made it public. Make it open so that investigations will be done, that he's very clean and that he doesn't have any stain, that in terms of corruption, that he doesn't go into anything wrong, except he doesn't know that that thing is bad. But if it's for him to know that this thing is bad and then he wants to go into it, that is not part of his nature. Now, let me just play this video for you guys, and then we'll take some more.
All right, if you look at your screen very well, you will see that there is a picture of Peter Obi and there's a comment there. You know, I want to take out time to appreciate this man. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a Labour Party member, or I'm not saying that I'm supporting Labour Party, but I look at the personality of a person, and then I like the person's personality. Now, you see this man called Peter Obi. He has a personality of, let me say, a clean personality. This is a man that have come out and challenged the agencies of government severally and says that if you feel that you have something against me, please invite me. If there is any way that they have written, or there's any evidence that I have stolen money, please bring it out and carry me. This is a man that have bragged about what he has done in Anambra State, and nobody has come out to challenge him. Not even anybody from Anambra State have come out to say this man is lying. Now, I'm taking out time to appreciate this man. I have never seen a politician like Peter Obi. There is no politician that can come out and beats his chest and says that I have ruled a state, I have hold this office, and I have never taken any money. If you feel I have taken money, come after me. I have never seen any politician that can boldly come out and make such statements. Do you know that if Peter Obi have any stain in his name, there would have not been any hesitation to pick him. He would have been picked a very long time ago. In fact, they will lock him and they will not release him. In fact, you see, but he has been there saying that I have done this, I have done that, I have not taken this, I have not taken that. And nobody have been able to challenge him. They have not even invited him one day. So I want to take out time to commend Peter Obi. Please, if you are a friend of Peter Obi, or you are following him, or you have his number or something, please forward this video to Peter Obi to tell him that me, Malan Shaibu, I am appreciating him. I appreciate you because you are a very honest man. To find very honest politician in this time and age is very scarce. It ain't even day. But the fact that we have somebody like you, Peter Obi, please go to the comment section and go and type something appreciative words for Peter Obi. Forward this video, go to the comment section and appreciate this man. This man is a very honest man. I know some of us want to insult him. Some people don't like him. Some people hate him. But no, look through his personality and the years that he has been saying, I have not done anything. And there has not been anything labeled against him. Go to the comment section and appreciate this man. If I talk now, they say, Malan Shaibu not get sense. It's in the choice. It be like saying the enter Labour Party. This one down. No. I'm the spice creator. Yes, Google me if you like. Don't Google me. But everything I said is allegedly, allegedly.
So, guys, this is Governor Rotimi Amaechi saying corruption thrived under Buhari's watch. Tiffin politicians looted Nigeria badly. You see, what are we not going to see under these people's leadership, honestly? He said, Tiffin politicians looted Nigeria badly. You know what it means to say something happened badly? And you see, when Tinubu came into power, he was being advised to go after those that served with Buhari, at least to recover some of this loot. He refused. Tinubu refused because he didn't want to jeopardize him coming back for the second time. If he had gone after them, many of them would have instigated their followers to start, bashing out at Tinubu from the onset. He refused to go after them. The only thing he has resorted to now is borrowing. All the ones Buhari borrowed, they relooted them badly. And now Tinubu is borrowing. We don't even know where all these ones he's borrowing are going to. We're told that Buhari left 77 trillion naira worth of debt when he left. And now we are close to 200 trillion. We're told that Tinubu's government has borrowed as in combining what Buhari borrowed with what the PDP borrowed, put together. The current administration has already surpassed that in 2 years. So you can imagine by the time 4 years is gone, and then the election coming with all the expenses that the election, because actually it's Nigerian people's money that they used to do all this campaign. Once they enter part, you don't expect them to go and use their own private money, with all the expenses. I don't even know where they are going to leave Nigeria, honestly. It's really so sad. And you still see people praising APC. You still see Nigerian youths saying they will vote for APC. I don't know why tribe and religion is always used during election. People's eyes will just go blind. I mean, their minds will be sealed. They will not think about the 8 years or the 4 years ahead. You want to vote a party that in your own eyes, you see that they are dealing with you, and you still see some Nigerian youths pitching for the APC. Look at Rotimi Amaechi now. He's coming out to say results were rewritten in Rivers State. You know, recently when he visited River State, he said River State is known for rewriting results, that he's not going to allow it happen this time that he's running. And now again, he's saying that the last election, Peter Obi actually won, but he's not the only person from Rivers that has said it. You know, I think he's like the third person now that I have heard that has come out to say that Peter Obi actually won in Rivers. But they wrote the results. And people have equally accused Wike that Wike is a man that does not like anything like following due process when it comes to election. No, don't even call him out in that one, that he's going to like, okay, let voting be done normally and then result be counted the normal way and figures are declared the normal way. No, it's not. People have come out to say that. So we should know that he's not even the kind of person that will want that due process to happen. And Rotimi Amaechi has also come out to affirm that. Now he's saying that corruption thrived under Buhari's watch. Thieving politicians looted Nigeria badly. So guys, if this is not enough to convince you that the APC is the wrong party to save Nigeria, you should just start knowing it now. If you really have conscience and you wish the best for this country, that they stole from Nigerians badly. All the Paris Club return that they got, you know, the Abacha's loot that came in. How many batches of that Abacha's loot came in? We don't know where all those money were sent to. And all the borrowings, where are they? We don't have good roads, we don't have good hospitals, we don't have good schools. Our schools are in very bad shape. Look at school fees have increased under Tinubu. Tinubu has given NEL fund, but at the same time has increased school fees. So you are robbing Peter to pay Paul. You know, you increase the school fees and then you are telling people that you have a way that they can be paying the money. It's like going to the bank to borrow money, and then when you are coming, you are topping interest. That's, you know, Nigeria people don't even like borrowing because the bank will tell you bring 30% of what you borrow or even 40%. And you begin to wonder, is it for business or what? That's exactly what the government is doing with the citizens. They hike all these prices and then they tell you that you have money to pay. Then you will be living, assuming you go and do it, you'll be leaving school with your heart panting because you won't have peace. So guys, a whole lot is happening in Nigeria, and I just hope that Nigerians will decide their fate this time and make sure you vote for the right person. This person say, where was Chibike Amaechi's voice under corrupt Buhari's administration? And why is he just speaking out now? Because it is election season, and to run for 2027 presidential primaries, it's too late to start repenting on the level of corruption under the under APC and Buhari's government. This is exactly what I've not even read these reactions before I said what I said, but you can see this person is just concurring to what I just said. There was that dreadfully unfortunate media chat. They dragged Buhari and PYO too. I don't know who is PYO. Each time the presenter directed questions at Buhari, he looked surprised to be there and really didn't know anything about anything. The camera panned to Amaechi in the audience, and possibly when Buhari, you know, Buhari is not really a video person. He's not a video person, and he's not really the type you ask questions like that during an interview and you expect some unique and wonderful responses. He's not really, you know, the outspoken type of person, and that affected his administration. He was not coming out to talk to Nigerians, and even during interview chats, you know, you might end up not understanding anything he said. This person said, and you kept mute. Only stupid Nigerians will vote for this one. So Amaechi is even hurting himself, coming out to say, oh, the administration he was part and parcel of was very corrupt, that they looted Nigerians badly. This person said, was he not part of the system? Government? Coward. This person say, public statement coming from one of those deranged and demonized plutocrats. Hey, I'm seeing this one for the first time. Plutocrats in the sadistic and satanic regime of calamity, Muhammadu Buhari. So Amaechi is not even doing himself well at all to even come out to say he's going to run for presidency, where he is part and parcel of those who crippled Nigeria under the Buhari's government. And now Tinubu's government came in to even worsen the situation of things. So guys, this is it. You can see all what is happening in the Nigerian political space. There are lots more, but I want us to quickly switch over to Lagos, and I have somebody here to talk to us about what is actually happening recently. Okay, just let me tell you guys that recently, WAEC had a glitch. We know that JAM recently had a glitch. WAEC now, as at last week, this week that just passed, said they had a glitch too. So they stopped students from assessing their results, that, there was a mix-up somewhere. And we had glitch during the 2023 presidential election. So you just find out that this period is the era of glitches. And that is why we are saying, how are you sure that this glitch is not going to repeat itself in the 2027 presidential, especially presidential election? See, Nigerians, nothing has changed from what happened during 2023 election. And that's why we all must come out to say enough is enough, especially calling out INEC and the National Assembly to do what they are supposed to do. This is coming from Adamawa State. We can't endure the hunger anymore. Mass defection hits APC in Adamawa as grassroots leaders, hundreds join ADC. So this is coming from Adamawa, which is Atiku's, let me say, his stronghold or what, So they said they cannot endure hunger again, that they are living for the ADC. I just hope that Nigerians will see the need to take the right step and not to allow the APC back to power again, because what is happening? This one now, see, Tinubu's government is the most dangerous government in Nigeria in terms of hunger, hardship, bloodshed, kidnapping, terrorism, terrorists, and a lot of terrorist organizations. These are the Zamfara state people are crying insult. Okay, they are crying and they are also insulting Tinubu's government, Zamfara people. So guys, if you know what is happening in Zamfara recently, you will really weep. We even heard that they picked up some of their girls and all that. These bad guys are really that is ravaging that area. And guess what? The media can't even capture the voices of these people. The media can't even capture what is happening there. Look at that Zamfara area and also Kaduna, Sokoto, sorry. Some of these bandits are just like, you can't farm without you paying them and all that. Now, this is Ebonyi State governor. We are being told that Ebonyi radio boss Chikwere Odo suspended after criticizing the governor, that's the governor of Ebonyi State, for poor administration, on air. So he's criticizing him for his poor administration. The way he's managing the state is poor. And for that reason, he has been picked up and locked up. These governors, they have excessive power. And most times they are just power drunk. You can imagine him going there going to pick this guy for, This is a video, an old video of
November 27, 2006, while briefing the Senate on your commission's anti-corruption activities, you indicted Mr. Ahmed Bola Tinubu of corruption. You said, and I quote, "Bola Tinubu is a looter of international dimensions." Now, given what you said about Ahmed Bola Tinubu, can I ask you why Nigerians should believe you? Doesn't this raise serious morality and ethical issues about you, because you're now working with the man and trying to become the
So guys, Nemesis will always cut up with these people. So that is the NSA, Ribadu, who is currently working with Tinubu. But you see, the presenter is this is a man, you say he's a very, a looter. Let me say a looter in chief. Somebody who dealt with Nigerian people's money. But you see, two of them today now are paddy working together. And for him now, Tinubu is now a changed person. Let me not even go to that video. This is to tell you see APC. As you see them there, they don't mean anything good for the Nigerian people. And lastly, I want to use this opportunity to beckon on Nigerians, especially obedient, those of them from Anambra State. Mr. Moalo is running for the post of the governor of that state. Let's do him a favor to support him and also vote for him. Because you can see what is happening in Anambra State recently. There's this road that is newly constructed by Soludo, rain, just ordinary rain that fell was just a kind of sweeping part of the newly constructed road. And people were, I saved that video, but I can't get it now. People were like lamenting that, see, the road that they newly did, see, everything has been washed off by rain. So when it comes to quality, while Alex Oti in Abia State is using Julius Berger to construct roads that will last. The one in Anambra, who is a professor, I don't even know which company is doing the work for him that people have been lamenting about. So if we can vote for this man, I heard this man is also a trader like Peter Obi, and he helped to like commission a port. The port. I don't really know much about that news. Okay, let me read here. It says the Onitsha port was first commissioned by Sir Alex Ekweme, but it didn't work. It was commissioned for the second time in 2012 by Goodluck Jonathan. It remained moribund. Buhari commissioned it for the third time. The same story was told, and heard. Then he now say George Moralo came into office in 2019 as the DG of Nigeria Inland Waterways Authority. He conducted problem analysis and discovered the best possible solution for the concession. Best possible solution was to concession the port, and he acted promptly. So I think he did something about the port, and they were like applauding him that what the step he took was good. But I'm trying to say that the current government we have in Anambra State, I don't really think is making, the security that we have in Anambra, also people have been talking about, as in, you can't really point out what Soludo is doing. So for me, I think let's try this other person to see if things can start working in Anambra like it worked during the time of Peter Obi. So guys, I'm going to be bringing in a guest we want to talk about. You must have heard that many land in Lagos State has been declared, many estates, not even land. So I have with me today Mr. Benga. Many estates in Lagos State declared illegal. What does that mean for Nigerians? We have many Nigerians who live in Nigeria, who live in abroad, who must have bought one property or the other in all these estates that have been declared illegal by the state government. What does that mean for a typical Nigerian who went to Lagos and struggled to make money, and then you've spent possibly almost everything you have to buy land and raise structures, or even one structure, they're only for you to be told that that estate is illegal? What should people do, and why is that happening at such a time? Considering the economic situation in Nigeria, I don't even think we should be declaring people's property illegal no matter what. But we have a government that takes such decision without any plan to compensate people. It is still the authorities that approve those estates, but today they are telling us that they are illegal. So joining me today is Mr. Benga. You are welcome, Mr. Benga. Please, can you
Thank you,
just take
madam.
us through this story that has been trending? What caused it, and what do you think people should be looking out for? Is there any remedy, or is the government going to change its position? They've come out to declare those estates illegal. What is the reason, and what's the next step that people should be taking?
Madam Ifema, thank you so very much. Always a great pleasure to be on your program. Thank you for having us. So I'm going to, there are many angles to this thing. So now in law, there is usually the spirit of the law and there's the letter of the law. When the government comes out to brandish situations as bad, okay, there's usually the good, there's the perspective where it can be looked as good. But you now also look at the intention of the government when it does some things. The case we're talking about is having approved layouts, okay? Now, but when you now have a kettle calling pot black, and the kettle is black, you wonder that where is the justice in all this? All these actions and all these events, they are not in isolation. They are still quite connected. This is 2025. We have elections coming up in 2027. Okay. Now, a lot of, and then we now have APC as the ruling party. Election year is coming. You need funds to drive elections. Okay. I'm just going to play on the part of conspiracy theory. Now, when you say that these estates are illegal, Most of these estates have been operating for over 20 years. So what happened to all the various agencies? Did they just wake up all of a sudden to find out that these estates are illegal? Number two, it goes to tell you that because this, if the government had actually had good intentions, they will know that their words can be damaging to investor confidence, damaging to public interest, damaging to public awareness. Now, they say don't cut off your nose because you want to smite your face. Even if you say, okay, this assets are illegal, is it to bring it to the public forum and damage the integrity of developers? If you damage the integrity of developers, don't you know you're also going to affect investors that are investing with that developer? If you damage the confidence of the investor, will it not impact on the GDP of the state, of the nation? Because it's going to make people concerned and afraid and say, okay, we don't even know what is going on. Let us hold on to our money. Now, if they hold on to the money, how would the state and the country have cash flow? How do they have revenue generation? Because a lot of money that comes in from the diaspora and from within goes a lot into property development, into property acquisition. So if the government is not damaging the integrity of these developers that have been churning in billions of naira into the state, so where do you want to bring this reconciliation from? So because of, in my candid opinion, because of the election revenue drive, that is all what it's about. And it's not just affecting the fiscal term planning alone. Everybody is all out to get money. Every agency is all out to get money. Because this assets have been existing for a while now. Now, to allow you to ask more questions, I would like to say that instead of using the word illegal, which is totally unadvised, I don't know who the advisors are. You can use a word as not compliant. You can use the word as, it's not their asset is not existing in our system. Because really, what is an approved layout? An approved layout is a system whereby the government has a master plan. Yeah, which the government should really have a master plan. But do you know what happens? Now, instead of government being the one to provide housing, infrastructure, water, power to communities, to their populace, to the citizens, what happens? The developers have to take up this responsibility. They have to pay for, not only do they have to construct the road, they have to pay the government for the road that they want to construct. The developer will buy transformer. They go to buy transformer. Guess who owns the transformer? They'll say it is AKDC that owns the transformer. And the developer paid for the transformer. And you have to pay for your transformer. You have to pay for the commissioning. And it will take them almost forever to come and commission your transformer. After you have even commissioned your transformer, where is the light? Where is the power to power the transformer? You have to now run on diesel, run on generator. And then the government will come and say, let's have approved layout. The essence of having an approved layout is for government to plan. To say, okay, how many people are in this neighborhood? Okay, we have 10,000 people in this neighborhood. Let us plan for roads. Let us plan for schools. Let us plan for hospitals. What happens? So where are you? We're in this country. Does that happen? Is the government living up to its own expectation? And then the government has the effrontery. Pardon me, because I'm really, really vexed. The government will have the effrontery to come to the public space, to come where with all the public outcry for hunger, for good governance, for hospitals, for healthcare. Where is the government? Are they only not to their own objective? Instead of them to now find a way to partner with the people that are trying to help the society, to help the community, they're coming with damaging, ill-advised. I'm really sorry. I'm really on this frequency. It's really, really upsetting. It's really upsetting. We don't have any property in this category, but if you affect a developer, you affect all developers. So now, but there's also the place of developers doing the right thing. We're not taking away that part. There's also the place of developers doing the right thing. But now, the process of getting a layout, let me run you through that. Now, the process of getting a layout, number one, you have to get the registration.
So
Okay,
please,
that's
before you get into the process, what exactly did the government say these people did wrongly? What
thank
is
you.
actually the reason for declaring these estates illegal?
Thank you. Now they are saying that they are illegal, which is even the wrong word to use. Okay, a more suitable word would be non-complying. Okay, now they are saying they are illegal because in the eyes of the government, these estates are not existing in their system. Okay, they're not existing in that system. Now, there are two aspects to this. Number one, even now, a responsible government will own up to its error. Number one, out of all the lists that were published, I have developers that have come to publicly say that, well, we are not supposed to be in this list because we are totally approved. Now, a responsible government should also issue a publication and say, oh, we have gone back to reconcile our data and our information.
Yes.
This list of people are not supposed to be there. But no ways, they are keeping mute on it because they don't want their own integrity to become, and they are tarnishing other people's integrity. Now, so why have they come to say that these people are illegal? The appropriate word should have been non-compliant. Number one is that government has a master plan, okay, and then so government now wakes up to say, oh, according to our plan, we see this area as now built up. We now see this area as built up. Why would it not be built up when people are clamoring for houses and these developers are taking the initiative to go ahead and start building houses for people? So government now wakes up and say, what happened? How come there are so many houses here? Who are the owners of these houses here? Who are they? So they are developers, and the owners say, okay, developers, come to let's come together. What's happening here? So it could be that they probably would have reached out to the developers. Let's assume that, quote and unquote, that they reached out to the developers, and the developers are dragging their feet. Maybe that's what prompted them to come and publish the names, because when the government has a master plan, they need to know, they need to plan for roads, they need to plan for infrastructure, they need to plan for amenities and different facilities. So they are now saying that, okay, these developers have not come to pay. It's all about money. Oh, it's all about money. These developers have not come to pay the requisite money to them, and they are operating. It's all about money. It's all about money. It's not even that the government is saying that, oh, we want to provide these amenities. The government is not interested in bringing development to where these things are. It is that these people have not paid them
Yeah.
for establishing the houses there. They're not concerned about. They're not concerned about you are provided houses for people. They're not concerned about that you are trying to provide power for people. Yeah, they're not concerned that you should be providing hospitals and police stations and things like that. See how tattered our police people are, collecting bribes, doing unnecessary checkpoints on the road and causing havoc to people's lives, killing people unnecessarily. They are not. Government is not saying, "Oh, we want to plan for the populace. That's why we are calling these people illegal." No, it's because these people have not come to pay the requisite money. That's all what it's all about.
Sad,
That is all what it's all about. So that is really the foundation of it all. That you've not paid for the because how do you but government do have a point, because part of the problem is that if government was awake, all right, most of the issues of flooding that we have, or people building along the drainage channel, will not have it if we had a responsible government.
Yeah.
And then now another problem is that government is very lackadaisical and very slow, because you have what is called the Lagos State Building Control Authority. You have the Lagos State Building Control Authority. You have the Lagos State Physical Permit Planning. These agencies are supposed to work together, because now you get your approval from Lagos State Control Authority and Lagos, and then the planning approval people that control the layout, they have gone to sleep. There should be a plan. The government should plan a setup first before even people get there. But because of corruption, a lack of innovation of the government, they are laid back. And should we now, because government is laid back, we should stop the provision of basic amenities for people? Should we be crying to government to do their part? So now these people, they take initiative. Yes. So, but the thing is really that what should happen, that there should be a stakeholders meeting. If we are sincere about moving this state and this country forward, there should be a stakeholders meeting. Government should own up to say that, oh yes, government is slow, okay, but developers, town planners, engineers, architects, let us come together, okay, because now all these areas that government is, they're all built up. I know most of these estates. These are estates that have been existing for 15 to 20 years. They're all built up. They're all built up. So where was government in all this? Government was sleeping. So will you now blame the people for going ahead because you have an unresponsive government? No. So but what government should do? Yeah, yes, government wants to correct things, but you don't kill a fly with a sledgehammer. You come together. You say, okay, all of you, write to them, okay? And because I doubt that they've written to these people. What they should do is write to them, okay? And or even if you, well, instead of even brandishing them illegal, make a public notification that this state, if there's no compliance issue with you, even in the public complaint, say, okay, we are setting a date, 29th of August, 29th of September. We are meeting at this place. Now, if you don't come for this stakeholders meeting, we'll tag you, so we cannot go and publish your name in the public space. But government, so where the government sit down with these people to have a community dialogue, community conversation. So government is not doing its own part, and it is now brandishing hardworking developers. I'm not saying that developers are without their fault. Yes, they do have their fault, but it is a non-compliance thing in terms of monetary remission. Because by the time you list out the criteria to get approved, you know that this thing is not because government wants to provide amenity. It's because government wants what? Revenue.
It's really, really so scary. It's really scary, especially for investors and also these estate owners, because these are people that have put in a lot in establishing these estates, and possibly they went through the right channels, but because some of them will not come at the right time to like make sure that everything is in order. They will just wake up one day and tell you that your estate, this like 170 something. I don't know if you know the figure.
79.
179, right?
Yes, 179 estates, yes.
See, almost 180 estates declared illegal. This, my God. You see, this is a problem with Nigerian government. Supporting businesses is very, very difficult for them. Supporting businesses is very, very difficult for them. And how do you create a working economy if you don't empower your small businesses and all these people coming up? It is them that make the system work. And see, this is not just because of the people, like people who say tribe. This is what differentiates Peter Obi. He will always say a country where politicians are more richer than business people, that country is gone. That country is gone. But in Nigeria, that is a typical of what is happening. Now, like you said, the government feel that these people have not paid them. Instead of them to reach out, they just came out and declared their businesses illegal. And, it's really going to affect the names of the companies. Their names have been published, before you like try to clear off that dent on you. It's going to take years of working hard. So I think there's really a lot to be done on the part of the government. But now, when things like this happen in places like Lagos, people first look at it from the tribal point of view. Some people will think, it's mostly maybe Igbo dominated areas that are being affected and all that. What's your take on that?
That's actually a sad narrative. It's which is not likely in this case. In other cases, yes, we can see the handwriting of government, trying to be tribalistic in some cases. But in this case, it's not. In my opinion, I think this is just a case of revenue generation towards election. I think that the government have given different parastatals targets. So they have to look for different ways to generate revenue. So I don't think it's a tribal witch hunt thing in this matter, because we have estates owned by our Igbo brothers, owned by Yoruba people, owned by different people. Yes, so it's really a case of revenue generation towards election. That's just what I feel about it. Yes.
Thank you very much for making this clarity because people are now generating fear when it comes to investing in Lagos, especially if you are not from the southwest. Sometimes when you tell people that there is opportunities in Lagos, they'll say, Lagos, the one you buy now tomorrow they will demolish. But it's good you are making this clear that it's not, it doesn't have anything to do with tribe, because both the Yorubas, Igbos, and other tribes are being caught up with all what is happening currently. So, with this now, what do you have to tell people who are intending to invest in Lagos State, especially in Lagos, because that's exactly where these things are happening? So, what's your advice to people? Because this is generating fear, and with the era of the social media, any little thing, it gets to everywhere. Be it in Nigeria, America, China, everybody will get to see it. That in Nigeria, in Lagos State, houses are being or estates are being declared illegal. You know what that means? The government
Yeah.
will just come in. So, assuming if these people don't settle with the government, they might end up losing their houses, is it not? And you know what?
No. So now this is it. Um, I would want your audience to be wise investors, because especially in property where there seems to be challenges of friction, that's really where. So for example, now when there's what's that thing called, when there's a downtime, when there's
Crash in the
uh
stock market.
thank you, that is when wise
Best
investors
time
they
to
buy.
invest. Yeah.
That you see, so when there are challenges like this, that is when you should prepare to enter the game. Because another thing is that the government is trying to shake the ground so as to maybe that also maybe being strategic to reduce how much people are pumping into invest so that they can acquire for themselves. Because Lagos is opening up for massive development, massive development, and the things that drive development is infrastructure. And Lagos particularly is pumping a lot of money into infrastructure development. And then, so what they want is that when they now do this invest, they want to reap the dividend. So wise investors too should key into acquiring even more properties. But I would say that they should invest with reputable companies. That is the key word. Reputable companies. Because even in all this hula baloo, it's not everybody that is affected. Because I mean, we're talking about 179 estates. In Lagos, we have over 1,000 estates. We have over 1,000 estates. So the government is even not even shaking the big table. Okay, so bottom line that your wise investors should invest with reputable property development companies. That's it. But they should invest. This is not the time to scare away. This is time to look savvily and to look where to invest, because the Third Mainland Bridge is coming, the international airport is coming. There's a railway line running from all the way from Badagry to CMS to Epe. They are currently doing the Lekki-Epe Expressway infrastructure. They're going to. There's a railway line. They are even putting power line. So a lot of investment is coming to Lagos. So government is trying to limit how much people invest so that they can have more to themselves. But this is the time for wise investors to pump in more and secure their investment appropriately, legally and appropriately, and with the right compliance. Those are the key things. They must make sure that whoever they're investing with is properly compliant. It's a compliance thing. It's a compliance thing.
Okay. So now that it's a compliance thing, how would one know that, okay, these are companies that are really complying? Because some of these companies that are affected now, it's not as if they are dubious companies, they are legitimate, they are legit. So how do you now know that, okay, this is the best companies for me to invest in?
Thank you. Now, unfortunately for developers, a lot of developers want to be compliant, but you now work with a system that is anti-progress, a system that frustrates your efforts. I'll give you an example. Now, to have an approved layout, okay, you have to have a proper land title. Either you have a CFO, you have a governor's consent, you have a gazette or an excision. Okay. Now, if you want to have your proper land title, you know how long it will take in Lagos? Over 2 to 3 years.
Hmm.
And then if you don't have that, you can have your layout. Because your land title is what says to the layout people that this is your property. Okay. So based on that, they can now plan you in the general scheme. Okay. So unfortunately, government is slow with this thing. So, but what can guide an investor? It is okay, Mr. Developer. And another thing is this: the property has to be a minimum of 10,000 square meters. So if anybody is fall below 10,000 square meters, they are not even in the grand scheme of things. But 10,000 square meters and above. So a wise investor will say to the developer, what is the title you have on this? Okay. Now you have this title, or are you processing the title? Let's assume that you have a title. Okay. Now this new matter of layout. What stage are you at? Have you registered? Have you contacted the necessary stakeholders in the ecosystem? Because you need a town planner, you need your engineers, you need a consultant. So basically, the investor can find out where are you in this roadmap. Are you in the process? Have you started the process? Are you already in the process? How long is it? So it's basically to find out, and then their documentation to show, oh yes, I've registered. This is my registration document, and are you even qualified to even apply for a layout? That's even the first question. Are you qualified to apply for a layout? Because if your size is not up to the required amount, you're not. Some people are exempted. Okay, and so that's basically find out where the developer is in the grand scheme of the process. Yes, and then hope that the government does not frustrate most of these things.
Thank you very much for this clarification. I think we really need it at this moment. It's good you've cleared the air, because, like me, when I saw it, I was like trying to understand how the government would just come out to declare more than 100, close to, that's like 180 or close to 200
Yes, yes.
estates, illegal. Is going to destroy so many businesses. And from
Mm.
the publication I read, they were like the government would then move in to start destroying. And when you hear this destroying properties with the hardship in Nigeria, the cost of cement, the cost of building materials, and what it has taken people to establish these estates, you just be wondering, why is it that
Any government that does that is a wicked government. Any wicked government that does that is a wicked government.
seeing
Because
them
these are built up. So,
demolishing houses? You saw that those houses that the government demolished, especially after the
yeah, so they
2026
can. So
election.
yeah, so there are peculiar cases. There are unique cases where somebody's property is actually along a drainage line. Okay, so that, but not that you did not get a layout approval and you not come and pull down. There is a person obstructing drainage flow. It is a person building under power line. Those are the
But
questions to
they
ask. Is
approved it. The government approved it. They gave all those approval.
building approvals.
People will tell
So
you
why
that
not
they
go?
went
Why not
through
go and
this
try?
process.
Why
They will
not go
say
and
they
chastise the agency that gave the approval? Why don't you people work in sync? Why don't you people work in sync? Are we going to be developers and are we going to be managing your agencies for you again? How many work is the developer going to do? Is he going to do his own part and going to be managing their own agency for them again? The building control agency, the town planning agency, they should all come together. The new town, the NTDA, new town NTDA, the transport, because there are a lot of echoes and they're all disjointed, What they should do is make the thing seamless. Abroad, don't you people build houses abroad? You go through all these mountainous problems. You don't, because everything. Number one is automated. Everything is synchronized. Everything is online. So you know what you will do. You know the fees to pay. That's it. You pay this one. Another agency wakes up and say you have not paid us, but you were not in the picture. But when they know that another agency is making money, they'll find a way to get themselves into the picture.
Thank you very much for this clarity. I think for me, I'm very satisfied with everything you've talked about. I just hope that the government, finds a way to resolve this issue. And I also want to suggest that you guys that are into real estate development, why not like form an arm, like a police arm of investors or real estate investors, that so that when you have cases like this, they will move to talk to the government, because this thing is bringing fear to investors. People are scared coming to Nigeria to invest, because you don't
You are
know
correct.
what the government will start saying tomorrow. You can
Exactly.
imagine
So
houses don't
yes,
cost peanuts.
they
They
don't.
all
They don't.
use like their life savings to come and
Mm.
invest. You've seen the lady
So
that
you,
came from the United States and invested in
mm,
Lagos. I think during
mm,
this Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway also, her property
mm,
was also affected. She has been protesting
mm,
even while in the US. She'll still be
mm,
protesting because her case has not been addressed. So you can
mm,
imagine the damage that is even causing the country, because other people will say, "Oh, you went to Nigeria to invest. Ah, that was a big mistake." She has always
mm,
been online to like
mm,
stage her own protest, which is also not good for the country. So many people will not confidently want to invest. Nigerians in the diaspora are huge. There are many. I mean, the numbers of Nigerians in the diaspora, if Nigeria can really harness what they have outside, this country is,
mm,
it will be difficult to change it.
mm.
Just that
Yeah.
trust, building the trust. Let it even start from the government. When you
Mm,
distress somebody's thing and the person cries out, see how to
mm.
solve it, resolve it amicably, giving
Yeah,
confidence to others.
exactly.
When you go to the
Exactly.
court, get fair judgment for people.
Mm,
Not you
mm.
get to the court like Omar, you told the people it's them that is government, it's them that is issuing. When in short, when you look at the way things are happening,
You go better. You go better.
honestly,
You go
it
better. You
dampens
go
the
better.
spirit of people coming home
Yes.
to invest.
Yes.
But
True.
from
Mm,
everything you've explained, I think is well understood now, and I love it that we have talked about this. At least some people will now know what happened in Lagos. Let it not just be that the government was going after some certain tribe, or
mm. No,
if you get all this
not at all.
misinformation, if the
Mm.
vacuum is there, all kinds of rumor will come to
Oh
fill
yes.
to fill
Oh
that
yes.
vacuum. But it's
Mm,
good we have you've cleared it. So thank you so much. So guys, this is Mr. Benga. If you have anything, you have any plan to invest into real estate, that is his area, and he's somebody you can trust, you can work with without having problem. Because like you've heard us talked about, the problem now investing in Nigeria is all about trust, who you are going to entrust your money into his hand. So if you have any further question, you can always call him. That's the number on the screen, and ask him. That's also the email, his company email. You can ask him your questions as regards to real estate. Is an area he's well knowledgeable in, and he's going to answer your questions and give you any guidance that you want. So, Mr. Benga, thank you very much for your time.
thank you, madam. Thank you,
And
madam.
I don't know if there's any other additional thing you want to add to what we've already talked about before we call it a day.
Well, just to say that your investors and your audience, they should not allow the actions of the government to dampen their investment spirit, because after all is said and done and the dust settles, okay, those that have invested rightly are those that are going to reap the benefits of this state and of this country. Government will come, government will go, but
Oh,
your
yeah.
investment will stay. So don't let the government scare you away from investing in the land that God has made. The land does not belong to any government. The land belongs to God. And if you have your money, invest appropriately with reputable property development company. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Benga. Thank you for giving us your time and explaining all this. Thank you. So, guys, I hope it's clear on the headline that has been trending that the Lagos State government has declared 179 estates illegal. So he has explained it that it's not as if those estates are going to be destroyed or anything, just that the government needs money at the moment. So they are like pushing these people to the wall to make their payments, and those estates are actually going to be there. So we just hope that Nigeria will get to the point that we will get government that knows how to negotiate and speak with the people, and also have the interests of Nigerians at heart and small businesses, because The economy of every country depends on these small businesses that you see. Look at China. They are doing well. They are pulling their people out of poverty. The Argentina new president that came in, he came in while Tinubu was already 7 months in office. Well, go and see, the man is doing well. He flies just economy class. Recently, I saw him on the Twitter space taking picture, with his people in a flight, just living simple life, but focusing on the economy. They said he has pulled many people out of poverty within the space of, let's say, 2 years now. He's really doing well. And we look forward to getting such leaders in Nigeria who will mind and concentrate on the people, not on themselves. Because, see, we are borrowing a lot, but we don't even know where the money is going to. You see all the debt, and they will leave office. They will leave the debt hanging on Nigerians. Buhari has left his own. Nigerians are servicing the debt, the revenue generated. We are using majority of it, if not 90% of the generated revenue to service debt. Okay, now Tinubu is collecting and collecting because there is no other place they can find money. They are borrowing outside, they are borrowing internally, externally, internally. All these things Nigerians are going to pay very soon. Now they will leave office and still the debt will be there. And see, now no country is ready to forgive Nigeria's debt because the world's eyes have opened. They've come to know that Nigeria is actually wealthy. It's not like in the days of Obasanjo that I was able to they forgave many of our loans. But this time, all these world leaders, some of them don't even ride the kind of cars that our senators and our House of Rep members are riding, not to talk of the presidency. If you go to the people are so simple, the Western world, they are so simple, riding bike to work. Who will do it in Nigeria? Nobody. And that is why things are working there. When Nigeria, they will tell you they use this billion to renovate an office, use this billion to buy computer and other equipment. They will just be wasting money. Anyway, we just hope for a better country. And that's why you must go and get your PVC. INEC is about to start registration of new PVCs. If you've lost yours or you want to relocate or you've not gotten at all, it's time for you. I think it starts on the 18th. Go and register, get your PVC. Convince all those who are about to turn 18 or who have newly turned 18 to go register because we want to, exercise our constitutional right in selecting the right person to take Nigeria to a better place. So, guys, with this, I'm going to end this section. Thank you so much, Mr. Benga, for being with us, and we hope to see you again next time. Talk to us on what is happening in the real estate space. So, guys, like I've said, if you can contact Mr. Benga, he's really somebody that you can work with. We have so many fraudulent people out there, and I wouldn't want to bring someone I myself who can't trust to you guys, and that's why he's actually his second is an Igbo lady. It's not as if because he's a Yoruba, he works very closely in his team. His assistant is from the southeast, while he is from the southwest, and they work so closely. I think I'm also going to bring her here so that she is going to also be featuring here during the live session. I just want to tell you guys that he's somebody you can really work with. So if you have any question about real estate or any inquiry to make or guide, you want to buy, even if it's not from him, another investor, you can always ask him questions on how to verify and make sure the people you are working with in Nigeria can be trusted. Is very important because Nigeria is a very big market when it comes to real estate. You cannot go wrong when it comes to investing in real estate in Nigeria. And considering the fact that you can do all this online outletting, putting it on Airbnb and other platforms like that, it's easy for you to make good money using Airbnb through real estate. So let's see how it goes. If you're interested in that, you just contact him and he's going to guide you. With this, I want to say thank you for your time. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and support us. You can also comment in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Thank you and God bless you. Good night.